Another week of comics are on the horizon, and today I'm going to be giving you my top 5 most anticipated comics of the week. Thank you all so much for clicking on this video. I hope you do enjoy it. My name's Alex. This is Graphic Novel Collector. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. At a honorable mention, actually. We've got 6 books here. Honorable mention, this is going to be Uncanny X-Men issue number 10. This is, of course, Marvel Comics. It is a 32-page comic book for $4.99. Writer Gail Simone, artist Andre Breezen with colorist Matt Wilson. So this book is on a little bit of a hot seat for me. Reason being is the last issue, I don't know. I'm not digging it. I do like the new characters that Gail Simone is bringing to the table, but I'm sorry, I'm a 90s kid. When I saw the roster for this book, you give me Wolverine, you give me Jubilee, Gambit, like, dude, Nightcrawler, I was stoked. And it's not what I expected to be. It's not bad, but it's definitely not what I expected to be. In this issue, the 4 potential mutant recruits, now known as the Outliers, are the target of a new, vicious, and unstoppable anti-mutant weapon initiative. A cold-hearted pack of tracking sentinels based on dogs who's use their enhanced senses and chainsaw-like teeth to hunt down and kill mutants. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, as the Outliers face the bone-chilling Bloodhounds. So the synopsis sounds awesome. We will see if the synopsis, or if the book lives up to the actual synopsis. All right, moving on to the actual top 5, we've got Batman Year 1, issue number 5. This book has been phenomenal so far. This is, of course, DC Comics, a 32-page book for only $3.99. Shout out DC. This has been awesome. Writer and story by Mark Waid. Chris Samney, also helping with the story. He's the artist and the letterer. Absolutely bold, amazing. The panel layout in these books thus far has been phenomenal. Samney really using heavy black ink to kind of hide Batman in shadows, which is obvious, but like the way that he kind of folds and envelops him into the panel structure and uses a lot of black to actually create panel overlay, and it's just amazing. I mean, I'm not really a stickler on panel layout typically, but it's something that you definitely notice when reading this series thus far. Home alone in Wayne Manor, a lead from Gordon provides Batman an opportunity to chase down one of General's assets, but the best way to get close to them is not as Batman, but as Bruce Wayne. But with Bruce Wayne off on his own, Dick is left stuck at Wayne Manor. What's a boy to do when no one is watching? The last issue, issue number 4, was phenomenal. We learned that a person by the name, I forget his name, but it's a general who is a disgraced war veteran. He got a dishonorable discharge. Is basically playing chess with all of the gangs in Gotham. It was an awesome issue. If this continues, looks like we're getting Clayface action happening. So, I'm super stoked for Batman and Robin Year 1. This is one of my favorite books so far this year. Let me know down below what you've thought about Batman and Robin Year 1. And if you made it this far, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. All right, moving on, we have G.I. Joe. This is issue number 4. This is by Joshua Williamson, Tom Riley on the art, and the colorist is Jordi Belair. Jordi Belair, one of the best colorists in the game going. This is actually a pretty stacked creative team. This is, of course, by Skybound, which is Image, which is an Image imprint. 32-page book for $3.99. The race is on. Both Cobra and the Joes are in a deadly contest to retrieve Cybertronian tech first. Meanwhile, a Joe learns Cobra Commander's secrets the hard way. Issue number 3 I thought was pretty good. Not as good, in my opinion, as the first 2. And as I've said before, G.I. Joe is not a series or an IP that I grew up with. This is more of an 80s kids, IP, if you want to call it that. I hate using that term, but it is. 80s kids, G.I. Joe's 80s kids. I'm a 90s baby, so G.I. Joe doesn't resonate with me quite as well as it would for maybe you. That being said, though, I do think this has been a strong story. Joshua Williamson, I'm just I don't know a lot of these characters. And though that has been, I've said that about Transformers, the way that Dana Warren Johnson writes and the way that Joshua Williamson writes is not the same. And I'm not trying to compare the two, but it's both Energon universe, so I guess it's kind of hard to compare. But that being said, G.I. Joe is just kind of not hitting for me. That being said, I am excited for this series still, but this is definitely potentially on the chop. I guess definitely potentially. That's kind of an those things go against each other. But it is potentially on the chopping block for me. G.I. Joe number 4 definitely needs to deliver for me. Moving on, though, to number 3, we have Nullhunter. This is issue number 5. This is it doesn't say how many pages it is, but it's a $3.99 comic book from Image. This is Michael Walsh with artist Gustavo Vargas and letterer Becca Carey. Becca Carey, also an amazing letterer. But yeah, Nullhunter, this is an Olympus saga. This is basically Cyberpunk meets Hercules in the most badass way you could imagine. So, repairing a busted terraforming engine deep beneath the surface of Og 3A, which I assume is a planet, Clay finds himself in a tight spot, and his local critters have teeth. The 5th chapter of Nullhunter, the cyberpunk retelling of Hercules, which is what I just said, from writer Michael Walsh and artist Gustavo Vargas, is out in February. So yeah, obviously this comes out this Wednesday. Michael Walsh, one of my new favorite writers. I didn't know anything about him going into 2024, but he had several great pieces. I think, was it Frankenstein? He wrote that? Or was that Christian? Yeah, I'm botching it here. Silver coin. Oh my gosh, what else did he write last year? Huh. Oh, Gideon Falls? I like that. That's not new. Anyways, regardless, I'm loving this series. I know I had a little bit of a detour there. But yeah, Nullhunter has been awesome. I've really enjoyed it. And hopefully this continues that trend. Moving on, we've got Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 30. That is Deadpool there. You do see it is going to be a Deadpool team-up. This is, of course, from Marvel Comics. It is a 32-page book for $3.99. The writer is Cody Ziegler, artist Luigi Zagaria, and the colorist is Brian Valencia. Cody Petit is on lettering duties. Spider-Man is back in Brooklyn. So finally, I do want to talk about issue 29 and the whole, him going to Wakanda for a side mission. What I thought, I felt a little bit that those were unnecessary issues. It was cool to see Miles interact with Black Panther. That being said, I could have gone for only one issue, to be honest. The first one where Black Panther showed up could have been that entire arc. They could have done just like a one arc issue. I would have been fine with that. I thought it was a little bit of filler. That being said, it wasn't bad, but definitely not my taste. Moving forward, let's see. Can Cody Ziegler write a competent Deadpool and have it play off of Miles' Spider-Man. I have high hopes for this issue. I have very high hopes. A lot of Deadpool stuff has been kind of hitting for me, which isn't always true. I kind of feel like Marvel and a lot of people who write Deadpool have kind of flanderized him. And that's not a good thing. You know, he's kind of a meme of his own creation at this point. But Spider-Man is back in Brooklyn only to find himself in the crosshairs of Deadpool. Both Deadpools. Wade Wilson has gone too far this time and messed with the wrong Spider-Man. How far will Wade Wilson go to collect on this contract? And who is really behind the job? Whoever it is, it can't be good for Deadpool or Miles Morales. I'm excited for this. That little synopsis right there, that 3-sentence synopsis, could have sealed the deal. Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see. I am excited though. And moving on to number one, the number one most anticipated comic book for me this week is going to be Ultimate Wolverine issue number 2. The writer is Chris Condon with Alessandro Capriccio. The colorist is Brian Valencia, and the letter is Corey Petit, sorry. This is a 32-page book for $4.99, of course, from Marvel Comics. Issue number 1, I didn't review it. It was during kind of my... I took a little break from YouTube about a month, just after the holidays and stuff. I needed to just stay off of social media as much as I am on social media. I had to take a little breather. Hopefully you don't hold that against me. But the Makers Council and their Ultimate Weapon, Colossus, Omega Red, Magic, and the Ultimate Wolverine to the test by seeing how well he handles the opposition. A group fighting for mutant liberation. In the first issue, there will be slight spoilers, so you can probably skip to the end down there at the bottom. I'll have the chapters. But, yeah, he is called the Winter Soldier, and he is not made, he wasn't designed by Canadians. He was, in fact, Russian. So that adds a little wrinkle to this this story, and it's pretty interesting, in my opinion. I really liked the first issue. I really, really did. It was fun. The art is awesome. And Chris Condon can write a story here. He, of course, wrote, the Western series. Gosh darn it, I'm doing it again. He's currently writing Green Arrow. Is that right? Green Arrow and Marvel? And Ultimate Wolverine? That Texas Blood, though, is the book that I was thinking of. And I really love that. I'm a huge Western fan, and Chris Condon completely delivered with that. I'm getting sidetracked. Ultimate Wolverine, issue 1 was phenomenal. I hope it continues. The art is awesome. It's kinetic. And hopefully in issue 2, we will see the same thing. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Let me know in the comment section, am I missing any books? Am I missing any books? Am I right to put G.I. Joe kind of on a little bit of a chopping block and Uncanny X-Men? Are you still reading those books, or have you dropped them? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on all the books that I mentioned today. If you have any recommendations, please drop them in the comment section. Please follow me on all my social media. Those will be linked in the description below. And if you don't follow me on any other places, please check me out on League of Comic Book Geeks. That way you can check out some of my reviews early. They're obviously typed and written reviews, but you can check them out early. So thank you all so much. I'm really stoked for this comic book week. Are you? Let me know, though, in the comments section. I appreciate you all. Keep reading comics. Keep collecting comics. Let's keep talking comics. And until the next video, I'll catch you all on the flippy flop. Adios, everyone.